Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome! That's spiked. Okay. Welcome to That Thing with James. I'm your host, James, accompanied by
Emily.
If you're new to the show, this is a free-form comedy. It's about whatever I damn well feel it is about. It's for lonely people, namely myself. This is why I started the show. And what are we going to talk about today?
We've got a lot on the plate.
What do we have on?
We're discussing.
What do we have on the plate?
Well, you were talking about the jazzling, vagina jewels.
What?
You don't remember talking about vagina jewels?
No.
Okay.
Tell me.
You know how, like, you get bejeweled?
Well, I know what vajazzling is. I don't remember talking about vajazzling.
You wrote down snatch something.
I didn't write down vajazzling.
That's part of what was in that.
Are you implying I should look at my notes?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote some notes while digging for content. Because I'm so not lazy. Let's see. Here's my notes. My friend getting arrested.
Yeah.
A number of years ago. We can talk about that. Oh yeah, the today I fucked up coconut.
Yeah.
That might be something for the extra episode.
Yeah.
If you're new to the show or haven't watched in a while, we're doing premium episodes now. So you can access a bonus episode every week plus exclusive content on Patreon and become a patron. Patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. What else? You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. My handle is @JamesJAsher. And I got into a very, very dark place this week and downloaded TikTok.
It's been great, though, for me because I just watch them while he has it on his phone.
Yeah, so you can find me on TikTok now, too. I feel disgusting. I feel gross with those words coming out of my mouth. But my handle there is the same as elsewhere, @JamesJAsher. Let's see if you have a story or subject you'd like me to cover on the show, if you are in need of advice for me to give on the show, if you have any business inquiries, or if you just want to say hi, send me an email at ThatThingWithJames. I also have a subreddit, r/ThatThingWithJames. There will be links in the description to all this stuff. So, continuing with the notes, the Reddit coconut thing. The coconut thing is nuts. I'm equally surprised and not surprised that you don't know about it. Let's just see where this episode takes us.
Okay.
That might be something to keep for the bonus episode, because that one's especially heinous.
Yeah.
Is that what they say on Law and Order?
Yes.
Law and Order?
Yes, it is.
Especially heinous acts. Here's the next note. Shit-ass butt-licking son of a bitch.
I don't know where you're going with that one.
I was just stream of consciousness. Shit-ass butt-licking son of a bitch. The next note is snatch queen.
Yeah, I believe that has to do with vajazzling.
I think it doesn't have anything to do with vajazzling, but I can see where your brain would make you think it's about vajazzling.
Okay.
Snatch queen, shit-ass butt-licking son of a bitch. So I'm guessing the son of the snatch queen is the shit-ass butt-licking son of a bitch.
Probably.
He's into buggery.
Yeah.
Yarr. 60 lashes for buggery. Oh, calcification of the pineal gland. I'm surprised that's something I haven't talked about on here. So we might talk about that. And then, downloading TikTok. I'm in a dark place and lack confidence. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
I have, my confidence has been pretty fucking low lately.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah. I still don't know how to start my new life.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah. And I'm like at the point now where I'm like, I don't know if I could, I don't know how to bring myself to move. And I don't mean like relocate, but just do something.
Yeah.
Like what to do. Or if I'm even good.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you're good at a lot of things. I feel like you'd be great at anything.
Well, thank you. But I've not been feeling that of myself lately.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
And yeah, it still feels like exile. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not used to... I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I definitely have not settled into Tulsa yet.
No.
You either?
No.
Yeah. I miss just cruising, you know? And we've been here for how long? 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 months.
Which makes sense.
That's not that long, really.
No.
And like the whole first month and a half, we were still getting things together. We were still like replacing everything we'd lost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I remember for several weeks, I told you this too, but I'd been telling myself, like, you know, when we get to Tulsa, things are just going to fall together. How? I'm not entirely sure, but I had some various ideas.
Yeah.
And either I'm being impatient and thus blind, or things are not falling together the way I was telling myself.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a coping mechanism to get through what we went through.
Yeah, it could have been.
It could have been. Hopefully it's both. Hopefully it was a coping mechanism that just happened to be fucking right.
Yeah.
You know?
I think crazier things happen.
Yeah. I just would very much appreciate things falling together without my conscious intervention.
I mean, things have been coming together. We can't discount everything.
How so?
Like, you know, we have furniture again. We have all of the necessary things that we need again. We've got creature comforts.
I think we've got more furniture and creature comforts than we had before.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah. Thanks, FEMA, for making not being homeless possible.
Yeah.
Thank you, FEMA. So, yeah, that's what I meant when I said I've been in a dark place and I got on TikTok, and honestly, I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
I wish I had... Now, I had downloaded it once before for all of, like, an hour.
Yeah.
And then I just deleted my account altogether and the app. And I was like, I don't know. Some weird hang up about TikTok for some reason. But I'm actually enjoying it. There's some good stuff on there.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
So I'm done talking about TikTok.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say other than there's paranormal TikTok, which I wish had more content that was legitimate or interesting.
Paranormal TikTok, #paranormal TikTok is disappointing. There is not enough legit videos. I mean, it's a lot of maybe some like fucking weird teenagers doing jump scares.
Yeah.
Or nothing burgers. I think was that Don Jr. who said the nothing burger?
I think so.
That was the greatest gift he gave me, was nothing burger.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love that term. Yeah, #paranormal's a nothing burger. It's like every now and then you'll see something that's like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know, it seems like it could be real. And then some stuff, even if it is fake, it's good enough to pass like it could be real. But yeah, it's a lot of people will put like #paranormal on a video of them doing like a reaction duet video
It's really common.
To just some text of some like kid, some teenager with lots of crystals looking very intensely at the camera talking about, did you know that the pyramids of Giza harness natural energetic powers from the South Pole to synthesize and create its own form of radioactive electric rocks to preserve their spirit so that they can enter the transitional astral plane, and they're alive now. They're part of the Anunnaki. Did you know? Oh, yo. I'm fucking loving these fucking weird crystal hippies.
Well, you did love Ancient Aliens too, so...
I love Ancient Aliens, and it's funny to me... Fuck it, let's just get into the calcification, because we're already getting there. It's funny to me seeing these, like, teenagers on TikTok talking about, you know, like... astral projection and charging crystals and shit like this, and like the Anunnaki, this ancient species who were like birthed genetically from aliens from outer space, and so on and so forth.
They continue to breed with humans, right?
They continued to breed with humans, and there is some freaky fucking shit on these old glyphs, not just in Egypt, but all around the world, like spaceship-looking things, light bulb-looking things. I mean, and plus, like, the fact that pyramids were being built at the same time, at different ends of the globe. The people who, as far as we know...
would never be able to make it to each other.
Would never be able to make it, one. Two, as far as we know, didn't know the others existed.
Yeah.
To our knowledge, the fact that these pyramids were built like at the same fucking time is bizarre.
Weird.
It's fucking weird. I saw a video yesterday of this dude had this box that just emanated electric charge, basically, and there were 3 types of stones he put on there, and he got a little metal thing that's, you know, reactive to electricity. He put the stone on top of this, what's called a generator sort of thing, and put the element to the stone, and there were arcs. It was sparking between it. The electric charge was going through the stone, through all 3 types of stone. And this guy, like, had just, like, rings of these different types of stone that he stacked up, and he would run the element across it, and it was just arcs all the way up.
It's super weird.
And that's when he started talking about, so there is a certain type of granite that is super duper conductive stone.
Is this related to what we were talking, or the podcast that we listened to on the way back from your parents' house?
Oh, are you talking about the alien guy?
Yeah. He was talking about super conductive.
He was talking about, was he talking about stones?
I think so. He said he has some, like, interesting ones in his collection.
Oh, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
Then that must be it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this guy in this video I was watching, like, he was showing there's an electric charge, and there's a certain type of granite that is a really good conductor for electricity. And he said this happens to be the certain type of granite that were used to build all of or many parts of the pyramids of Giza. And they were located 400 miles away from where the pyramids are located. So that these stones were cut with such laser precision and then transported 400 miles.
Which seems a little crazy to me, but...
built with such precision. And then he started talking about these things, if you wanted to, their shape and the material they're made out of. These things could very well be huge fucking electric energy conductors.
Yeah.
And there's some wacky shit.
Yeah.
I remember one time in grad school, I was a TA, and on Wednesdays I would teach solo, and I taught in the morning. And so I would wake up early, I'd have my breakfast, and I would just like watch YouTube videos while I'm eating breakfast. And I remember one cracked me up. This is when I learned about shit like HARP, HAARP. Mm-hmm. We could do a fucking different episode about HARP. But that's how I learned about HARP and other shit like that. And this is when I'd get like Adbusters or like just out of curiosity, like an InfoWars magazine. But I didn't really know. Like I kind of knew about Alex Jones, but I didn't know he was InfoWars. Yeah. Like I would just get I got one InfoWars magazine one time. Yeah. Because I saw it for free at some shop.
Like the store. James paid $30 for it.
I did not. I did not. False. It's about time to watch The Room again.
You love that movie.
I did not hit her. I did not.
It's just so weird.
My parents were so not into it, and they are so lame for not being into that fucking movie. They were the ones who got me into cult films. Yeah. And then they're basically the ones who made me goth. Mm-hmm. And then turned around and were really weird about me being goth. Yeah. Well, and they also didn't appreciate it when I would say, I am as you made me. They would get very upset.
Yeah, I imagine there was probably the same reaction that my mom had to me being like, I didn't ask to be born.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, watching these videos before going to teach, there was a woman talking about the pyramids, and basically her theory, although she didn't call it a theory, was that, or her hypothesis, and she didn't even call it a hypothesis, was that the Egyptians, in order to carry these huge stones, they would tune their heart chakras to the South Pole. So it would cause South Pole is a negative polarity because the North Pole's positive. That's why it attracts compasses. South Pole is a negative polarity. So they would, send their energy, negative polarity energy from their heart chakras to the South Pole. And it would cause opposing, propelling magnetism. And they would use that to just sort of cause the giant stones to levitate.
Yeah, okay.
And then they would just like kind of float the stones up these like, scaffold steps they had.
I think it's a lot more likely that there were slaves and just somebody was really good at cutting in a straight line, but...
Yeah, no shit.
What do I know?
I remember seeing stuff like as a kid, pictures of the stones just being transported on just a series of logs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just I feel like I remember seeing that where it looked like slats almost.
Well, it needs to be logged because it's round.
Yeah.
Slats, flats.
Slats or flats, yeah.
And then they had like rope around it, and they would like pull it up on their fucking heads because they're slaves. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting seeing these TikTok crystal mommies and daddies who are like in their teens or early 20s talking about this shit like they invented sex. Yeah. I'm like, kids, children, boys and girls and thems and non-binaries. I've known about this stuff for many a moon. I've done much study on crystal charging in the moonlight. Moon bathing. I've read Anais Nin, a stranger in the house, a spy in the house of love. Did you know that's a book?
No, but I know the name.
It's a song from the Doors. I'm a spy in the house of love. No, that's a different song, but it's bluesy because it's the Doors. Well, that song is based off of the book by Anais Nin called A Spy in the House of Love.
It's a good name.
It's a great fucking name. It's a novella, really.
Yeah.
It is a book that you would love. It is so good.
Yeah.
I think it came out in the 20s. I think it was published in the 20s. This woman's just like, it's like women's liberation sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So this woman just like, she's in a relationship with the guy who, I don't remember if he like goes off on a business trip or what. Let's say he goes off on a business trip. It's been many years since I read it. And she's just like, you know what? It's time for me to fucking live. So she starts going to clubs and dancing at jazz and shit and moonbathing and using charcoal to like do really heavy shadow around her eyes. 'Cause you know, like the 20s style, there's some gothy looking fashion then.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So she would go dancing to jazz and sleeping with guys and women and, you know, hang out naked in the wilderness and shit.
Yeah.
It's a really good book.
It sounds interesting.
You would like it a lot. Yeah. So TikTok, witches and warlocks. This shit's been around. Your great grandma and grandpa were probably fucking under the moon. Your great granny probably put, you know, some quartz in her cooter to charge it.
What were you going to say about pineal glands?
Pineal glands.
Oh.
Because it's like in the shape of a pine cone. Ish. So the pineal gland, go ahead. I need a drink of that for a tax, though. Pineal gland. Wait, how did we come up on pineal gland? We were watching that movie?
Yeah.
What was the name of that movie?
I don't know. It was not good.
It was like Psycho Dank or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was called Psycho Dank. So there was this movie I was watching on Hulu or something, and I still have 5 minutes left. I haven't finished it yet. But it's these two EMS guys in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And, well, shit happens. There's a drug that comes out that's molecularly similar, but a little bit different from ayahuasca.
I thought it was DMT.
DMT is a derivative of ayahuasca.
Not familiar with this.
Yeah. Ayahuasca creates DMT, but it also has other sorts of alkaloids, so it reacts a bit differently. But yeah, DMT is derived from ayahuasca.
Oh, cool.
And so this drug is like ayahuasca / DMT changed, just a little change on the molecular level, and it causes you to go back in time because you bust through space-time, basically. Yeah. Lots of stuff about time. The person who wrote it was definitely into stuff I'm about and also very clearly thought themselves quite intelligent. It was one of those writers like, wow, this guy really thinks he's smart.
Yeah, I dipped out a long time before that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one of the main characters has a tumor in his brain, and you know, he's always getting CAT scans and stuff, CT, and the doctors say you have the pineal gland of a 13-year-old boy.
Yep.
So it's big and very young and not calcified. And I stopped it and I was like, you know about calcification of the pineal gland?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't think so.
You didn't know. So first, the pineal gland is a gland in the middle of your brain. So you've got the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, and then the stem going up in the middle.
Yep.
And sitting on top of that stem, there's a gland about yay big or so, maybe. What would you say? About the size of a peanut or something?
Yeah, I mean, that's peanut size.
I mean, like a peanut with shelled still.
Yeah.
Not peanut. I'm thinking pecan. About the size of a shelled pecan, maybe a little smaller. And it's sort of in the shape of a pine cone. And it is the third eye. the quote-unquote third eye. So, different parts of your body, all of your body's made up of cells, right? Mm-hmm. And different parts of your body are made up of different types of cells, right? Mm-hmm. So say your eyeballs have eyeball cells and your brain has brain cells.
Yeah.
They're both cells, but they're different types of cells, different structure, and they thus function a bit differently. However, your pineal gland is made up of the same kind of cells that your eyeballs are made out of. So it's eyeball cells in the middle of your brain.
Very weird.
Very weird. And furthermore, even weirder, is that your pineal gland manufactures and secretes into your brain very, very, very small doses of DMT. It's naturally occurring in your brain.
Yeah.
And so when you're dreaming, that's kind of what triggers the dream, is that your pineal gland. I may be fucking wrong. Let me just throw this in here. This is just shit that I know. I may be fucking off, but I haven't researched it in a while, but I did a lot of research on it when I was researching it years ago. But when you dream, your pineal gland, as I understand it, secretes just a little bit of DMT, a little dabble, do ya? And that causes you to dream and experience, say, dream time, you know? Mm-hmm. I've never done DMT. I would like to try it. I used to be a little bit nervous about it, but I think I'm like, okay, and even though I've been in a dark place, on the whole, holistically, I'm a much better place, much better relationship with myself than I was, say, in my 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely better than my 20s. So I would be interested in trying it. But from what I understand is that when you smoke it, you hold it in, the trip in our time, in sober time, lasts 10 to 15 minutes. But in the experience, you're there for years, decades, maybe even a lifetime.
I mean, that's scary.
That's
interesting.
But that's dream time.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have a 20-minute nap, and then you may experience a dream that could last years,
that's
right?
True. Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the effects of this DMT that secretes through your pineal gland. Now, one of the things you will hear from crystal mommies and drum circle hippies is that over time, your pineal gland can calcify. That is, you will get calcium deposits on it, around it. So it's not as, say, elastic and doesn't secrete as much and just perform as well as it did when you were younger.
That makes sense.
Now, these people who say your pineal gland calcifies say that what really does it is fluoride in the water. Mm. You know, hippies are really about defluoridated water.
Yeah. I like fluoride because I have really bad teeth. Mm-hmm. So, like, for me, without fluoride, I would be... all my teeth would be fake. And I do mean all of them.
Well, that's just what hippies say. Mm-hmm. And different parts of your body do develop calcium deposits as you get older.
Yeah.
But that's calcification of the pineal gland. And there are different things you can do, like drinking non-fluoridated water, different eating habits, and also different, like, physical exercises. Like, there's one where you it's actually behind your ears. Again, YouTube hippie. You use, like, your index finger, you put it behind your middle finger, and then you got flick it, kind of like a snapping thing.
Like decalcifying or not?
I don't fucking know. But you go in this, like, the bumpy part of your skull right behind your ears. Mm-hmm. You just kind of flick it, and that's called, like, the drum of the gods. He said it's like a ancient, like, Chinese exercise to really exercise your third eye.
Yeah. I've got some questions about this. Like, where does that calcium go? Because it's going to go somewhere if it's in your body.
Maybe you piss it out. You know, if you're breaking it up and getting it in your bloodstream.
It should be small enough to pee it out, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, you pee out all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
All sorts of minerals. So yeah, you break it down, gets in your bloodstream, goes through your kidneys, and then, yeah, processes and you piss it out.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I know. Like if I'm meditating or something or having trouble going to sleep, if I do focus, they say like, you know, focus your third eye, like right between your eyebrows. But I feel like if I focus like in the center of my brain, it feels like my eyes kind of relax a bit, like they go a bit further back in my skull. Just slightly. It's not like getting sucked into my sockets. But when I do that, I feel a lot more centered, and I am more susceptible to seeing like lights and stuff like that. I think I might have a little bit of synesthesia.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. And that means I'm superior. I'm evolved. I'm built differently.
Oh my gosh.
I'm built differently. I'm built differently. What time are we at?
33.
Let's take a pee break, and then let's talk about my old friend.
Yeah.
Getting arrested. Be right back. And we're back. Welcome back to That Thing with James. I'm James, and this is Emily. And we are returning for the second part of the show. As promised, we are going to be talking about a story that my mom, well, she sent me a link to this news article years ago about someone that I was friends with back in high school. And I want to give him a pseudonym. Let's come up. Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
Let's call him Charlie Brown. Okay, so this was on 5 News, Where You Live. Back to school. I'm just going to read this, all right? Man arrested after multiple cars stolen, home damaged in Vian. Vian is a town in Oklahoma. My mom, when we first moved here, pronounced it Vian, and people laughed at her. It's Vian. Okay, so Vian. KFSM. I'm guessing that's the news station. Sequoia County deputies arrested a man accused of stealing 2 vehicles and damaging a home in Vian Tuesday, June 19th morning. Charlie Brown. This was June 19th. This published June 19th, 2018. So this was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Vian. Sequoia County deputies arrest a man accused of stealing 2 vehicles and damaging a home in Vian Tuesday morning. Charlie Brown, 28, is being held without bond at the Sequoia County Jail pending charges, according to Sheriff Larry Lane. Wow.
That's a pretty good name. He's got some alliteration going on.
Sheriff Larry Lane. Sounds like it should be a Beatles song. Around 3 a.m., the sheriff said deputies were called to a home to take a report on a burglary and vehicle theft. Upon investigation, they discovered that Charlie Brown had crashed his own vehicle into a wooded area south of Vian. So let's break this down as we're going through it.
Okay.
So, 3 a.m., Sheriff Larry Lane and his deputies get a call. So it's around 3 a.m., maybe before. Charlie Brown is in Vian, and he crashes his vehicles into some trees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he drunk or something?
Not sure yet.
We're not sure yet. Let's keep reading. Brown, crashed his own vehicle into a wooded area south of Vian. Brown then went to a nearby residence and stole a vehicle parked outside with keys in the ignition, according to deputies. You know, if you're leaving your keys in your ignition, you're asking for that shit to get stolen.
It's a little too late in human existence to have that level of trust.
Yeah, even if you live out in the boonies, don't go leaving your fucking keys in the ignition. And in shows and movies, they always show people having a spare key up under the sun.
The planter.
The sun visor.
Yeah.
Or I'm talking like car keys.
Oh, in cars,
You know, you get into the car and you check the visor and there's a spare set of keys. I've never seen that.
That just seems stupid.
It is stupid.
Well, if you lose your keys, wouldn't you need them? So why would you be in the car already?
And why would you, if you like lock yourself out of your car, then your spare keys are in the fucking car.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, why the fuck would you do that? If you're leaving your key in the ignition, one, you're also wasting battery. I feel like this person deserved to get their car jacked. Especially.
Don't victim blame.
I'm victim blaming. You deserve to get your car jacked. Went to a nearby residence and stole a vehicle parked outside with keys in the ignition, according to deputies. After going down the road about a mile, deputies said Brown crashed that vehicle and walked away. Okay, so he crashed his own vehicle.
Yep.
Started walking, came across a house, saw they had a vehicle parked out in front.
With the keys in.
He looked inside, sees the key is in the ignition. He turns the engine over and starts driving that vehicle, the second vehicle, and then crashes it.
Yep.
Okay. That is when he broke into another home and started stealing several items. A firearm, cash, and a laptop.
No, he's just carrying all this stuff around.
He's carrying this stuff around, and he's clearly in no state to drive heavy machinery.
Yeah.
So he crashed one car, stole another car, crashed that, comes to a home, breaks into it, steals a gun, cash, and a laptop. Is this someone he knew?
Probably not.
Did this person just have on their coffee table a pistol, cash, and a fucking laptop?
Maybe.
These people are living Vian, folks, boondocks. You need to think about what you're doing. You know, secure yourself a little more. I mean, that house probably didn't even have their door locked.
No, that's already what I was thinking.
They'd probably consolidate all of their valuable items in one place in a very prominent...
In an obvious place.
Like you can see it through the window. Mm-hmm. You know, they probably keep their diamonds, their jewels, their gems, their laptop, gun, and cash.
Yep.
On the coffee table. Okay, so he steals these things. According to deputies, he then took those items and loaded them into the homeowner's 2017 Chevy Tahoe that was parked in the garage. He then turned the car on and drove it through the garage door and destroyed it. I'm guessing by destroyed it, they mean the door.
Garage door.
So he steals this stuff, goes to... Were these people even home?
Probably.
They were probably home.
They're probably asleep. Because remember, it's like 4 a.m. now.
Well, or before that. It's like 2 or 3. It's 3 a.m. is when the call came in.
Yeah, but is that after the first wreck or after the second?
I imagine this stuff happened very fast.
Yeah.
I imagine all of this happened within a span of 30 minutes. And I feel like 30 minutes would probably be a lot. Because, you know, most robberies go down in like less than a couple minutes.
Yeah, it depends. But yeah, I guess.
I mean, even if you're doing a heist, you don't want to be there for more than 5 minutes.
No.
You know? So I'm guessing he got the keys. Did this Tahoe have the fucking keys in its ignition too?
It says he loaded them into the homeowner's Tahoe. So I'm thinking if it was parked in the garage, it may have had the keys in there, but it also, maybe their keys were with the cash and the gun and the laptop.
Or maybe like on a key hook in the garage, which also is not secure. Yeah. Don't keep your keys on a fucking hook in the garage. Keep that shit in a drawer in your bedroom. So if someone comes in, you're going to wake up and then, make my day. You've got your gun under your pillow. You shoot intruders.
Yeah, that's how you go to
jail. No, it's not. Not in Oklahoma. It's make my day. You're on my property. It's within my right to shoot you.
I didn't realize that this was a make my day state.
This is definitely a make my day state.
It makes sense.
It's Oklahoma. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I just didn't even think about it.
Yeah. So he destroys the garage door. Sheriff Lane said they were able to track the SUV through its OnStar technology. Oh, so someone must have called after probably the second crash?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was he was hitting things up and he was walking for a minute there.
Speak up.
So he was walking for a minute there, right? He breaks in the second spot. So wrecks his car. He walks down the street. He finds this other car with keys in it. Drives there, wrecks into that. Now he's like, oh, well, I'm going to have to walk some more. So he walks, there's a house nearby, walks there, breaks into the house, steals all this stuff, steals the car, runs into the garage, which wakes up those people who are probably waiting for the cops at that point outside of their house.
Oh, yeah. So they track the SUV through its OnStar technology, which led them to the Robert S. Kerr Reservoir. So, water, a lake. Former fire chief and Vian resident Ed Barton ordered his boat-mounted sonar to help locate the SUV so it could be pulled up from the water. They really just jumped a lot.
Yeah, they did jump. So apparently he was driving and he ran into the reservoir.
He drove into the water. This is not the original article that I read. The original one was much more thorough on the events.
Yeah, it was.
I just couldn't find it. But yeah, they just fucking buried the lead on that completely. Great job, 5 News. You guys suck. You buried the lead. He drove a fucking SUV into the water. Okay, quote, "This could have easily turned out much worse for everyone involved. These victims were blessed that they weren't awakened when the sheriff I jumped ahead. These victims were blessed that they weren't awakened when the suspect entered their home," said Sheriff Lane.
They didn't even write awakened. They just wrote awaken.
Yeah. This is okay. Oh my god, they really didn't finish off the fucking article? Seriously? Okay, what's this one then? Page not found.
Yeah, they might have gotten that expunged.
Great Sequoia County Times. Let's see. Is this something? No. Yeah, so there's a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they buried the lead, but yeah, he crashed his own car, stole another car that had its key in the ignition in front of their house, crashed that, came to another house, entered the house, stole a bunch of shit, loaded it into their Tahoe, which was in their garage, backed the Tahoe out of the garage door, and then drove that Chevy Tahoe down the road straight into the water.
Yep.
Straight into the water. And I'm pretty sure they found him there. Like, I think there was a chase that happened.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't fucking cover that in that news article, but there was a chase, and I thought that was pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, that is a wild story. I don't think that I have any like that from my school. There were some like criminal things that happened, but for the most part, no.
Do you know anyone that's been in any like crazy thing you wouldn't expect?
No, but a guy that had a crush on me in high school when I was like 19 or 20, he didn't recognize me, and I was walking on 5th Street, and the guy tried to pull my shirt up over my head and was trying to like
beat you.
Not beat me. No, he was trying to kidnap me.
Oh.
Like he was trying to take advantage of me.
What?
Yeah. So like then this girl and her boyfriend started fighting with the guy, and he went to punch the dude that was trying to, protect me, and he accidentally punched the girl. And then the cops came, and I was hiding in the bathroom at a bar.
What in Austin?
No,
Where?
This was Dayton.
Oh, Dayton. See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's Dayton like? Is there crime there?
Yeah.
Tell me.
There's a lot of crime. It's a lot of gangs.
What gangs?
I don't know specifically, but they're there.
MS-13?
No, those are more in Columbus, but yeah.
MSG?
MSG for sure. They do like salt.
Monosodium glutamate?
Mm-hmm.
Shit's great.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of poverty and a lot of rich people, and like the west side was really pretty, and that's where all the Jewish people lived, and then white flight happened, and once black people started coming into the neighborhood, they all left.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. There's like dilapidated mansions where people live.
Damn.
Yeah. And you can tell who the drug dealer is because they've got a really nice car in the hood.
They always have a nice car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can spot them a mile away.
Yeah. I was really hoping to milk that article some more because I don't know what to talk about now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other crazy stories?
I do. I always have more crazy stories. Like what?
I don't know. Anyone else from your school have anything weird happen?
I did have a friend who went to jail, and we'd been estranged for a long time. And then I thought he was either in jail or he was going to jail, but he called me up out of nowhere. We hadn't spoken in years. And he was very upset. I think he got busted in a cooking situation.
Oh, gross.
Making psychedelics.
Oh,
cooking psychs. Yeah. And I think he was not super sober when we were talking, so I don't know what was up. It was a very convoluted story. But he was very afraid that he was going to go away to prison for a long, long time. Yeah. But he's not.
That's good.
I don't know if he ever went to prison. I don't know if any of this shit really happened. He might have just, had a paranoid spell. Who knows?
Could have been.
Could have been. Pineal glands, dude. I just kept thinking about them. Have you ever experienced anything trippy?
From my pineal gland?
In general, have you ever experienced anything trippy in real life?
I mean, no.
You've experienced trippy shit?
Well, yeah, but I can't think of one specifically that sticks out.
Like ghosts stuff would be trippy?
Well, I guess ghosts. But
tell me about it.
Are ghosts part of like a trippy sort of thing, or is it just
it's
like
a weird, energy? It's a bizarre experience. It's an anomaly. It's out of the ordinary. Tell me about it.
Well, in our old apartment, we'd hear knocking all the time.
The one in Austin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'd hear a lot of knocking.
Like, describe it. Give me an example of something.
So,
like, was there a time that you heard knocking and I didn't?
No.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure you would hear stuff that I didn't.
You would leave the house, though, sometimes.
So I don't know. Tell me about this.
Well, yeah, it was usually really late at night, so you'd be sleeping and all of a sudden you'd hear knocking or you'd hear footsteps in the kitchen.
Oh my God, the footsteps?
Yeah.
Oh, gee. What did the footsteps sound like to you?
Like heavy walking.
Barefoot, boots, soft-soled?
Not shoes, just like feet.
Bare feet?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that one time.
Yeah, no, I heard that all the time in there.
So I was sitting on the toilet peeing, and I heard barefoot footsteps walking. It was like a brisk walk across from like back where the windows were, toward the bedroom.
Yeah.
On that hard floor, and I heard it.
Yeah.
Clear as day. Like, I thought it might be you, but it wasn't walking fast enough. It didn't sound like your footsteps.
Yeah.
And then other knocking, like was there a place you would usually hear knocking?
I'd hear it in the kitchen, usually, or in the bathroom.
On a wall, on an object?
I don't know where the knocking was happening. I just could hear it.
Really?
Like, I never could figure out where it was exactly.
Huh.
It'd be like, knock, 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 knock.
Like someone going like...
Yeah. Or it would go faster, and it'd be like...
What the fuck?
Yeah. Did not like that.
Whoa.
And you heard that growl in the bathroom.
Oh, jog my memory.
So you'd gone in there, I think you were peeing or something.
Again, yeah.
Going in the shower. And it was really early in the morning, and you ran out and said that you heard something do a deep growl at you from behind in the bathroom.
Like a hiss or a growl?
I thought it was a growl, but
like
it might have been hiss.
I think it was like a...
Yeah.
Like in the shower.
Yeah.
And then stuff would move.
Yep.
Like you had a picture of your friend's kid.
Yeah.
Your friend's baby. And you kept it up on the bookshelf. Mm-hmm. And even when we had the fan off, the air wasn't moving or anything.
Yeah.
It would fly off as if someone knocked it off. Mm-hmm. And I would like put it back up.
And then it'd fall.
Within a minute, it wouldn't just fall. It would go knocked off.
Yeah.
There was the time we had like the hanging Christmas lights in our room. They would swing. Yeah. It was plugged in. And this was the first time I saw this.
Yeah.
It was plugged in at an angle. I had them with thumbtacks lining the wall close to the ceiling. And there was just like some slack that went down and plugged into the outlet. So it was kind of a hanging arch. And it lifted up as if someone had grabbed it with two fingers. So let's say it's arching down to the right. Mm-hmm. It picked in the center, made a V for the listeners, made a V and picked up completely opposite direction. Not even just like a small movement, like it moved a foot.
Yeah.
It moved 1 foot and then as if someone released their two fingers, swung back down. And then other times when it was just hanging loose, when it wasn't plugged in, it would start swinging.
Yeah.
Your robe that hung on the towel rack that you put on the door, that would move a lot. That would swing around.
Yeah.
As if someone were brushing their hand against it. Mm-hmm. What else?
I mean, in that house, there were a lot of things.
You saw a face one time, right?
I did see a face peeking out at me.
Describe it.
It was like a ghostly white face. Had no eye, like there weren't like eyeballs that I could see, like specifically, but I felt like it was looking at me.
Was it, what was in place of the eyes?
Nothing, it was just dark.
It was just black?
Yeah, with a white face.
Oh, fuck.
And it smiled and I could see teeth.
It smiled and you could see teeth.
Mm-hmm. They weren't pointy. If they were pointy, I definitely would have flipped out.
Was it just standing there? Was it peeking around a corner?
It was peeking around.
Was it like coming out of the ceiling or something?
Oh, God, no. It was just peeking around the corner.
It was peeking around a corner. How high up was it? Like an adult height?
Yeah.
What kind of vibes did you get from it? Menacing?
Yeah. It didn't. That one I didn't like.
Menacing vibes?
Yeah.
And it smiled at you. Mm-hmm. And I would see shadows.
Yeah.
I would see shadows move, and I would see like a dark mass sometimes. Mm-hmm. We had friends who, and I've talked about this on the pod before, but it's worth repeating. We had friends who, when we would be hanging out in the parking lot, you could just look up and see our apartment. And did you ever see the silhouettes?
No.
Max would always see a silhouette walk back and forth across the windows.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the light was on my desk. I had a lamp on my desk, and it was right up on the blinds.
Yeah.
Right up on the blinds. So there's no way anyone could like walk between the light and the place.
Also, there were only two of us in that
place where the shadow was going. Yeah, and there's only two of us, so there's no one up there. Like, if there was someone up there, we would have seen them go up the fucking stairs.
Yeah, you would hear it.
And he would see this regularly.
Yeah.
Regularly, he would see this. Just an adult silhouette walking by, and then sometimes walk one way and then the other.
Yeah. Yeah, that apartment was weird.
That apartment was freaky as shit. And according to the owner, someone killed themselves in it.
No, he said it wasn't ours, supposedly.
Did I say it was ours?
Yeah.
No, the owner of the property said someone killed themselves in one of the apartments. Mm-hmm. He wasn't sure which one, but some 50-something-year-old man hanged himself.
Yeah.
I believe. Grammar. So when you get a noose around your neck and then you hang from it, mm-hmm. Some people say he hung himself. No, if he had hung himself, that would mean he grew the size of his penis, because having a big penis is being hung. To hang himself is to be hanged. So, at the gallows, people didn't get hung, they got hanged. A lot of people say hung. No, that's a reference to the pee-pee. And actually, the reason you say a guy is hung, in reference to the size of their penis, is because of the hanging. Did you know that? A hangman's erection?
You told me that, and I was like...
Mm-hmm. A common occurrence for men is when they are hanged, because the act is hanging. When they are hanged, the blood stops. It cuts off. What's the thing where you put around your tourniquet? Creates a tourniquet on the neck, and then gravity starts bringing liquid down, and so blood will fill into the phallus, and cause an erection, and can even cause a man to ejaculate. The body will ejaculate as part of its process of expelling all of the waste and everything. That'll ejaculate, and so in old witch kind of stuff, you hear about this certain root, what is it? It's in the shape of a human. They say it screams. You know what I'm talking about.
It's not burdock. It's
not burdock. No, that's no. This is a certain type of root. Let me look this up. And it's used in all sorts of like witchcraft kind of stuff. Root that looks like a person and screams. Like it was in Harry Potter. Mandrake.
Okay, mandrake root.
The mandrake root. Supposedly, the mandrake root would grow under the gallows from where a hanged man's or hanged men's semen went into the earth. It flew out, lands on the ground, seeps into the earth, and from that seed grows the mandrake root. And the mandrake root has very powerful magic properties that you could use in all sorts of different potions and rituals.
Yeah.
I don't know if the mandrake root's real.
I don't think it actually screams.
No. Let's see. Not mandrill, that's a primate. Okay. Mandrake is the root of a plant historically derived either from the plants of the genus Mandragora found in the Mediterranean region, or from other species such as the yada yada yada, the English mandrake, which have similar properties, yada yada. Let's see here. The plants from which the root is obtained are also called mandrakes. Mediterranean mandrakes are perennial herbaceous plants with ovate leaves arranged in a rosette, a thick upright root, often branched, and bell-shaped flowers followed by yellow or orange berries. They have been placed in different species by different authors. Let me see. Here we go. Because mandrakes contain deliriant hallucinogenic tropane alkaloids, and the shape of their roots often resemble human figures, they have been associated with a variety of superstitious practices throughout history. They have long been used in magic rituals today also in contemporary pagan traditions such as Wiccan and Odinism. The English name of the plant derives from Latin mandragora through French to mandegloire, mandrake. And you see how it looks like it could be a person?
Yeah.
Torso, legs, arms, and then the head through which the leaves and flowers bloom.
Are the berries poisonous? Because I feel like they would be.
I imagine they are.
Oh, yeah, I see toxicity.
Here we go, toxicity. All species of mandragora contain highly biologically active alkaloids, tropane alkaloids in particular. The alkaloids make the plant in particular, the root and leaves, poisonous via anticholinergic, hallucinogenic, and hypnotic effects. And what is it? Cholinergic, let's call it just anti-co properties, can lead to asphyxiation. Accidental poisoning is not uncommon. Ingesting mandrake root is likely to have other adverse effects such as vomiting and diarrhea. The alkaloid concentration varies between plant samples. Clinical reports of the effects of consumption of Mediterranean mandrake include severe symptoms similar to those of atropine poisoning, including blurred vision, dilation of the pupils, dryness of the mouth, difficulty in urinating, dizziness, headache, vomiting, blushing, and rapid heart rate. Hyperactivity and hallucinations also occurred in the majority of patients. That's fucking cool.
Just gonna say, this sounds like my medicine that I take already. Like, got the dry mouth.
Dizziness, nausea,
yeah. I was
eyes dilating.
That's probably what this medicine is.
Let's see, how are we on time? Oh, we're about an hour. Man, I wanted to read more about mandrake. Let's see. What were we going to cover in the premium episode? The coconut. Do you want to read a bit more about the mandrake in the premium episode? Or should we save that kind of thing for its own episode?
Let's save the mandrake.
Save the mandrake for like folklore kind of shit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All right. And then we're going to talk about, in the bonus episode, which we are about to record, the coconut thing on Reddit. If you're a terminally online Redditor, you know about the coconut, probably. If you don't, look it up. TIFU. Today I fucked up coconut Reddit. Speaking of Reddit, I have a subreddit, r/ThatThingWithJames. Give me memes. Give me shit posts. Give me some graphic designs. Talk about the show if you want. Put in some suggestions. Make it a funny but positive place. Jerks will be dealt with by me, and I can be mean. For access to premium episodes, bonus episodes, exclusive content, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. In order to get access to these things, you could pay as little as $5 a month. That's just $5 a month. What else could you get for $5? Some shitty burnt Starbucks? That wouldn't even cost $5. That would cost more.
Yeah.
And it's not even good. But for $5, you can get access to the show, to the whole library, albeit we're still building it. This will be the 3rd premium episode, I believe. But you will get access to these things. And you could also just have bragging rights because you would be part of the Black Diamond exclusive club. So become a patron at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and now TikTok at James J. Asher. That's my handle, at James J. Asher. Email me, business inquiries, suggestions, whatever. If you just want to say hi, email me at ThatThingWithJames@gmail.com. And please share the show with your friends, family, loved ones. If you have very, kind of stuffy, square, repressed, and repressive parents, definitely share this show with them. I want them to be uncomfortable. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're cool, stick around for the bonus episode. Love you. Bye.
Bye.